Well, okay, everybody. Good afternoon. I want to thank you for being here for another one of our joint ventures between MTSU Alumni Association and the College of Behavioral and Health Sciences. I am Rachel Helms. I'm one of the assistant directors in alumni relations. The newly named Lightning Lunch is a virtual conversation with Dr. Peter Grandjean, Dean of the College of Behavioral and Health Sciences. He is going to give us a lightning fast update on programs, new college initiatives, and he'll introduce us to a new and integral staff member in the Dean's office. First, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who's joined us. Thank you so much for your involvement with MTSU. As an alum, you are a vital part of our university community. We have so many events for you to participate in and volunteer for. The biggest is actually our True Blue recruitment tour that kicks off next week in Shelbyville and goes all over the state. We are looking for alumni who would like to come and talk about their MTSU experience to the next generation. If you are interested, you are welcome to email us at alumnioffice@mtsu.edu, or you're always welcome to go to our website at mtalumni.com. One more thing then, I have to plug homecoming. It's going to be next week. We got a whole week of activities planned. We have our big parade happening on Saturday, September 20th, followed by tailgate lunches, a concert on campus, and finally our homecoming football game. The Blue Raiders are playing Marshall. It starts at 6 p.m. Again, all this info is on mtalumni.com. So now onto the program. I'd like to once again introduce Peter Grandjean, who joined the College of Behavioral and Health Sciences as Dean. I can't believe it, a little over a year ago. It's been over a year. Dean Grandjean's 30-year career in education includes the past role of Dean of the School of Applied Sciences at University of Mississippi. He's a professor and published researcher multiple times over in the study of cardiometabolic disease. He is leading his college in a direction that seeks to improve the health and well-being of people and communities across Middle Tennessee and the region. Dean Grandjean, welcome.
Hey, thank you, Rachel. We really appreciate that. All the great information to start this lightning lunch off. I think this is our third edition. Even though we've renamed it, it's our third edition, isn't it?
I believe so. It is.
Yeah. So welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. What I'd like to do with our time together is to keep you all, alumni friends, our community partners, up to date with the growth and development of our college. Today, what I'll do is bring you up to speed on our college reorganization and also the involvement with our Murphy Center renovation. But first, what I'd like to do is introduce you to a very important member of our Dean's team. We're all aware of the competitive environment in higher education. Our ecosystem is really intense right now. And, first of all, we've got to do a stronger job of messaging why we're still the best way for many young people to launch their career, to prepare for their career and launch their career. We must continuously improve our relevant and unique degree programs and their curriculum. But then on top of that, we've got to rise above the din of marketing and messaging that's out there to really tell people about what we do and how we not only can help them get where they want to go, but how MTSU has a footprint, in our community, in our region, in our state. So when I first arrived here now a year ago, the first mission critical need I recognized for our college was pretty obvious. We needed to get somebody who was an expert so that they could strategically plan, create, and manage our communications. Everything from digital displays in our building, print media that go out to many of our prospective students, the web content and design, and news stories, social media. You can just imagine all the things that we use to communicate the great things that we do. So we found the very best person for this job. It took a little bit of time, but we finally found them. And so today, what I'd like to do is introduce to you Mr. Davis Seal, and just ask him if you can get to know him a little bit. Davis?
Hello.
What I'll do is I'm going to ask you a few questions and just answer them to the best of your ability, and then I'm going to leave a few questions for our guest today too. So I guess a softball question really would be: tell us just a little bit about yourself, your professional path, and maybe what attracted you to the College of Behavioral and Health Sciences.
Yes, I am Davis Seal. I am the Strategic Communications Manager for the College of Behavioral and Health Sciences. I am an MTSU alumni. I got my degree in the College of Liberal Arts and Political Science. And then after that, before that, I was always made websites just on my own and just taught myself. And so I came here and I thought wanted to shift out of marketing and go into law school. So I studied political science. And then by the time I finished, I really enjoyed my education, but I wanted to stay in marketing. So built, I ran this large online store in Antioch for this outdoor power equipment company. And we did like $4 million a year in online sales. And then after that, I was hired by Motlow State Community College to be their webmaster. And I was the webmaster at Motlow at the main campus in Lynchburg for 3 years. And for the past 7 years, I was Motlow's marketing operations director, where I oversaw a team of 5 people through graphic design, writing, web, photography, video, social media at all of Motlow's 4 campuses. So I helped coordinate that. We launched a new website and I oversaw that. And then I've been mainly working on just growing Motlow's presence in the area. And what really drew me here was just, I always loved MTSU, of being on campus, the students, the faculty. But this college is really unique and is really fun from a marketing perspective because we have so many varied programs. We have everything, exercise science, fashion design, food and nutrition, criminal justice, social work, psychology, hospitality management, sports medicine, and it's just a fun, exciting way to help promote everything that this college does in our area.
And that's fantastic. And I got a kick out of you right there at the very end, trying to name all of our programs. You get yourself into trouble really quick with all the programs we have. Well, so that's a great background. We love the fact that you've been true blue since the very beginning. Started here, and you've come back. So that's really great. Describe, if you could, just a little bit about what you do as a manager of strategic communications.
Well, one of the challenges for a college like ours, we have 7 departments. Everybody's expertise in their own area, but not really in marketing. And so while everyone's eager to show what they do in their programs, there's not always a unified message. And so my role is to help coordinate all of the marketing. So we're telling our unique stories, but telling them in the way that best reflects the goals and values of the college. Another important part is I'm the liaison between our college and the university's marketing department. And I help ensure that all of our marketing stays on brand, is in compliance with all of the policies, and even, like state and federal laws.
That's fabulous. So you mentioned challenges there too. I guess challenges, opportunities. What we can paint it different ways. With all of the different degree programs that you've mentioned, it's really hard for one person to be able to do that with every one of the programs without a little bit of help. Can you maybe describe your plan for helping these programs with their content, social media, news posts, all web pages, all those kinds of things? We're partnering with other colleges, aren't we, to do some of that?
Yes, we're working with the Scott Borchetta College of Media and Entertainment, on getting a group of student interns to be embedded into all of our departments, because who knows best how to relate to the current generation of students than their fellow students. And so we're getting future media arts professionals, photography professionals, journalism professionals to come work with us, to work with under me, to where then we can help coordinate all of our different departments and programs, social media and photography, videos, commercials, flyers, and just a way to really elevate it and showcase the ways that we are unique and relevant in a fun and creative way that's very engaging.
Yeah, I think that's super exciting. It's a fabulous idea. I can't wait to see the team that you put together, those students. And then along with that, though, we can contact you, right, with ideas. Alumni can contact you with some ideas and just to help us hone and refine our messaging too, right?
Oh, definitely, because one of our challenges too is that we have over 3,000 students and over 100 faculty, and they're all doing exciting, unique things, and they have a lot of successes, whether that while they're in school or after. But we don't always get to hear their stories, and so one of the ways the opportunities with having all these students in their different departments is that they'll be able to better hear these successes and these great stories of how we're going out in, to like rural Tennessee and helping, with different sports programs or clinics. And those are not always the stories that make it back to the dean's office. So by having these students and having alumni reach out, we can better tell the stories, and what a wonderful college we have.
That's great. That is great. And so Davis, being a true blue student here and then leaving and then coming back, any big surprises since you've returned to your alma mater?
Yes, one of the things is being in these nice new buildings. Since I was in political science, I was mainly in Peck Hall, and it is not one of these nice new shiny buildings like the academic classroom building or the new concrete management building or the new science building. So that is a fun thing to see. Other is like how different the food options are. They're very different than when I was here. So that's fun that there's a lot of new fun places and local places like Demas's and Nashville Hot Chicken and places like that. The parking's still the same. The parking is still crazy. And oh, scooters on campus, that is very different. They are everywhere and they go fast.
We've all got to stay kind of flexible and keep our reflexes intact, right?
Yes.
So what I'll do really quick is open this up for maybe a couple of questions from our. So if anybody has a ask, go ahead and unmute and ask Davis. We'll limit it, and then we'll move on in the program.
You all should be able to unmute yourself. If not, just drop your question in the chat and I'll be sure to read it out, okay?
Thank you, Rachel.
I just wanted to comment. I'm the one who handles the advising center website, but I would love for you to redesign it or suggest things to me. It's pretty bare bones. So if you have any thoughts or want to do anything with it, I'd love to hear from you.
Oh yeah, it's very exciting. I'd love to be involved and help.
So Davis, one of the great things that you've also done is you've met with all of the other strategic managers of communication in the other academic units, and so we are willing to partner with them, build efficiencies. There's some things that we can probably message together. Some of these events, the True Blue Tour events and things like that, are some prime examples of how we can message those events and seek. We'll just ask alumni to come on out and visit with us a little bit and maybe get some hors d'oeuvres and meet with some prospective students too. That's one example. what are some other things that we might be able to do together offhand?
One of the things is we have a lot of really unique and fun student organizations. And so I'm sure they would love to have alumni come and speak and talk about how, they've used their education at MTSU in their careers. And I think student organizations, reaching out to our different departments and finding out student organizations from your area, I think that would be a very meaningful and exciting way to connect with students.
Fantastic. Oh, there's Rick.
Yeah. How might we get alumni stories to you?
You can just email me. It's the easiest way. davis.seal@mtsu.edu.
Great question.
And one of the ways that way that I can help facilitate stories and spreading the word about our college is I have strong relations with MTSU News. So as you pitch me stories, I can pitch it to MTSU News because it might be something that they want to feature.
Good point. Great point. All right. And if you do have questions for Davis after this, you want to just visit with him again, davis.seal@mtsu.edu. Davis, one last question, right? And we started off with softball, so I'm going to throw another softball pitch at you, right? So tell us just a little bit about your hobbies, your favorite hobbies.
Well, I love, my wife is a theater professor at Motlow, and so we love going to plays. We go to a lot of community theater. We have a 10-year-old son, and we love traveling. We last weekend we spent the weekend in Chattanooga, and we love just exploring downtown and walking along the river and going to museums. Then on my own, I really love the English Premier League soccer. I'm a Tottenham fan. And so I spend a lot of time watching soccer, and that's fun. I also love college football. I'm an LSU fan. I'm from Louisiana.
You could probably done without that last part, right? Well, so being a Tottenham Hotspur fan, that means that if somebody needed to get a hold of you early on a Saturday morning, it would be okay, right?
Yeah. Well, my son has soccer now on Saturday mornings, like at 9. So I'm usually running around going to his games.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen, thank you for sharing a little bit about you. We are just delighted to have you here with us in the College of Behavioral and Health Sciences and here on campus at MTSU. Davis has already done made a world of difference with our webpage. And if you all haven't looked at our college landing page, I encourage you to go to that and just see how really clean, nice, and organized it is. And I've already understand that some of Davis's work has been emulated, I would say, across campus. So, which is thank you.
Thank you.
What to do, everybody, is just transition just a little bit, and I'm going to share my screen and show you talk to you just a little bit about our college-wide reorganization. First of all, I just want to give you a brief snapshot of our current enrollment. So at Middle Tennessee State University, as of yesterday, we're up 2.28% in our overall enrollment, with about 20,574. And I say about, that's what I was looking at this from Power BI perspective, and that's about what we have. Our college has shown really significant growth. We have 3,864, or about close to 19% of the total student body that are enrolled in our degree programs in the college. So it's quite remarkable. And our top 3 academic departments, if you will, psychology, they have about 1,100 students, and then health and human performance, which we'll talk a little bit more about, they have 892 students. And our nursing, and that includes students who have identified as being part of the nursing program, but haven't yet been accepted formally into our nursing program. They have almost 800 students, and these are the full departments now. So this includes not only undergraduate enrollment, but some graduate programs as well. So we're very alive, well, thriving, healthy, and really all of our degree programs have either what I call hold serve or stayed fairly steady, or grown in enrollment over the past year. And I really attribute that to the great work of our faculty, our advisors, academic advisors, and our staff who've really worked hard, not only to recruit, but also to make sure that people feel like they belong and that they're making significant progress in their degree plan, and they're staying here. So thank you and hats off, because that's a very big team effort. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about our reorganization. Many of you have heard, so maybe some of you have not, that our college has really two departments that needed to reorganize, and really for two different reasons. One, health and human performance. It was really an amalgam of many different degree programs that really had different missions, if you will. So it was a department that had exercise science in the same department as speech and language pathology, or tourism and hospitality management, or leisure and sport management. So you can imagine these different degree programs that have really different experiential learning, different types of faculty, different facilities that they need, yet it was housed all under one umbrella. And so we have worked really hard. This process started before I got here, but we've worked hard since I've been here just to make sure that everyone is on the same page, and that we are breaking that department up into smaller academic units that can better serve those degree programs, that can be positioned for additional growth and to attract world-class faculty and more students. It's a chance also to find better facilities for them. It's also a chance to grow leadership. So health and human performance, we're going to break up, and I'll show you a little bit about that in just a second. The second department was human sciences. And human sciences really has evolved from old home economics. Home economics then grew into family and consumer sciences. And from there, the different, if you will, disciplines or subdisciplines really grew into disciplines of their own, with focus. For example, interior design became interior architecture, and really is a very highly accredited, very technical degree program that really has many more ramifications than the home and home economics, if you will, or even family and consumer sciences, nutrition and food sciences. So many directions that you can go, and really multiple professions that emanate from that degree program, and directions that students can go. So you can see where those two programs, differ, or differ as much as they're distinguished and need to go different directions. Then we had human development and family sciences, and that was really, originated really from keeping the home unit together, and the family unit, if you will. But it's really evolved into child advocacy and looking at safety and safe environments for people, and finding resources, and really preventing toxic things from happening in multiple age groups and in multiple settings. And then we had textiles, merchandising, and design, which is really it's going to be renamed to fashion studies. That really came from making clothes and making fabrics and doing things around the house, right? That was the whole home economics model, to really an industry in and of itself that's really thriving right here in the Nashville area. So those four programs really needed to go different directions. and health and human performance needed to be a little bit smaller. So with that, let me show you. This is our current. These are how our current lineup is in the college and how we're organized. So we have criminal justice, which will become criminal justice administration, which will become just criminal justice. Health and human performance with all of those different degree programs, as you can see right now, and then human sciences with the 4 that I described. We have the School of Nursing, we have physician assistant studies, Department of Psychology, and social work. And this is what we have proposed to do, and we're actually we've been approved by the Board of Trustees to go ahead and make this move, and so we're really in the throes of it right now. We're going to this new academic alignment. So kinesiology and sports medicine will be a new department. Health sciences will be a new department, and sport and hospitality management will be a new department. Fashion studies will come out of human sciences, and it will be its own degree program right now. And I can speak a little bit more to that in just a second. And then, of course, we have all of the other programs and departments that will remain intact. So we're really breaking up health and human performance into kinesiology and sport medicine. Public health and speech and language pathology will join nutrition and food sciences in the health sciences realm. And then sport and hospitality management will be programs that were originally in health and human performance as well. For those of you that are really, really paying close attention, you'll see that human development and family sciences is not listed here, and that interior architecture is not listed here. That's because our faculty in those degree programs, along with our friends and colleagues in other colleges, worked together and determined that really the best home for those programs was in a different college. So interior architecture will join the School of Construction and Concrete Management officially next fall. We're already in the process of making that transition. And then our faculty in human development and family sciences will move to the College of Education and serve students out of that college going forward. I think everybody involved with those moves recognizes that that's really a benefit to everybody involved. So we're really pleased with that, and we're helping to facilitate those changes. All right. So what will end up being in the College of Behavioral and Health Sciences is 6 departments. You'll see the 3 new departments highlighted in yellow. We have 2 programs, the Physician Assistant Studies and Fashion Studies, that will be served directly by the Dean's office for the time being. That's not a permanent arrangement. That's one that we hope to transition those programs to different departments in the future. And then we have 2 centers. We still have our speech, language, and hearing clinic, and then our School of Nursing. So that's us. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing now. Are we back, Rachel? Can everybody see my screen?
Looks great.
Okay. Let me, if there are any questions about where we are in this reorganization. Must have caught everybody off guard with some of that.
I just say if anybody feel free to drop some in the Q&A as well, or
sure, just chat. Ask directly. Yeah.
Okay, exactly. Dean, I have a question for you. This is Rick Moffitt.
Hey, Rick.
How are you? I guess one of the questions I had with the reorganization, I know it sounds like some really great combinations and breakouts. One of the challenges, I think, when we do those kinds of reorganizations, particularly with degree programs, is making sure that they actually have enough graduates of those programs to ensure their viability, and also not to come under the gun for THEC or those kinds of stuff. How is that being handled, or how are we doing with those kind of numbers?
You know, Rick, you bring up a fabulous point, and one of the things that we put as an assumption or a ground rule right up front was that we weren't going to split up any degree programs as far as this goes. So degree programs will remain intact, and that way they're producing, you know, the same graduates or more graduates. You know, that's our hope in the future. So we're not going to split up degree programs. It's really just taking those degree programs and organizing them so that they have aligned missions with similar programs in the smaller departments, rather than breaking them up or separating. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And thanks for that. I really appreciate that.
Yes, sir. You know, you bring up some good points too in terms of ground rules or how we're going to engage in this. One thing is nobody is losing their jobs, right? We're not downsizing. This reorganization is different than what you might read in the Chronicle of Higher Education or see happening across the landscape in higher ed. And that is a lot of folks are reorganizing or combining, you know, downsizing, if you will, sunsetting programs. This is just not what we're doing at all. We're really setting our programs up for greater success in the future. So nobody's losing their jobs. And one thing that was really emphasized up front was that we're not forcing anybody to physically move. Of course, there are some physical moves that are taking place, but all of those physical moves were done voluntarily, right, by our faculty or by our staff. And some of the moves that happened simultaneously were not really precipitated by the reorganization itself. It was just as we're looking at space and looking at efficiencies, we realized that we could reorganize ourselves just a little bit more efficiently, but it took a team or a community effort. So the only reorganization that took place was with the consent of all parties that were involved. So thank you for that question. I hope that helps a little bit more what we were doing.
It does. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, and if you have questions, of course, shoot an email to me, you know, give me a call, set up a meeting. I would be more than happy to describe what we're doing and how we're doing it. One last thing about the reorganization, I will say, and it provides an opportunity for additional leadership within our college. And how we're handling that are these new academic departments that are being created. We are launching and initiating what I would call a leadership mentoring group over the course of this year. We're actually going to have a call out for those individuals that would like to volunteer and learn more about the role of a department chair, learn more about leadership, learn more about the resources that are available to them as chairs and leaders of academic departments and even programs. And we'll have a mentoring group and mentoring program that goes throughout the course of this year. We'll name interim chairs, and I say interim chairs for these new departments who will serve in interim roles for that initial year. So they get to know me, they can get to know our college, they can get to know the university and the climate and really figure out whether or not they really want to do that role. And then we're going to open up searches for those different departments. But we'll have some people who are experienced inside from our existing faculty to take on those roles. So I just wanted to let you all know what that process is there. Let me pivot just a minute now and just tell you a little bit too about some exciting things. So while we're going through this reorganization, we're also in an exciting time where we're able to work with our friends in the athletics department and our friends over in the College of Liberal Arts, and we're talking to an architect right now about developing plans for the renovation of our beloved Murphy Center. And so we're just now starting conversations. We had a kickoff meeting last week, but we're looking at our current space and we're asking our faculty to imagine what that space might be like, given the projected or the visionary function that they want to have. And what I mean by that is, in exercise science, if you have lab space that you need that you just have never had before, or the lab space that you currently have has barriers to full functionality, what kind of space would you need in order to house the equipment that you need and see the function of either classroom, experiential learning, community engagement? How would you envision those facilities to look? Our current classrooms over there, how are we going to fit those classrooms to meet the needs of our students in the future, right? And so I'm asking faculty to share information with me, and as the discussions advance and we get to a stage where we're really talking about light switches and plugs and plumbing and all of that, we'll invite others to the table. But we're really excited about working with our friends in athletics because we share space, we share, believe it or not, common mission in some respects. But a lot of our programs work directly with those students, and a lot of those students, student athletes. So that plan and process is underway to renovate it, and we're part of it. And if you have any thoughts, other than bringing back Elvis, we'd love to hear your comments. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand the mic back over to our friend Rachel Helms and give back a few minutes of your lunch so you can finish that and think about some of the things that we've shared with you today.
Well, really, really appreciate it, Dean Grandjean. We really thank you for all the info. The college is doing some really innovative things, and it's going to make a difference. And you had mentioned the website, Davis. The website looks fantastic. I went over there and looked. And I love the fact you both are working with students in other colleges. It just shows that, as a campus, we're moving toward a single mission, and that's to better serve our students and our community. So just on the Alumni Association front, just to reiterate, the True Blue recruitment tour kicks off next week in Shelbyville, and we are looking for alumni volunteers. Dean Grandjean, I believe, will be at most of those or all of those as well. And for any information, please email us at alumnioffice@mtsu.edu. And we also hope to see you at Homecoming on Saturday, September 20th. We still have tickets left for our alumni tailgate lunch. You can buy tickets at mtalumni.com. This year, we are having Slick Pig barbecue and all the fixins, so that's always good. Stay tuned for the next lightning lunch in the next few months. Dean Grandjean, Davis, everyone, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you all have a fantastic afternoon.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you.